House and Pet Sitting. See the World and Stretch Your Retirement Dollars by Mary Coupland. Serial house sitting and pet sitting refers to the practice of looking after someone's house and or pets while they are away, typically on a temporary basis. People who engage in this usually move from one assignment to another, staying in various homes for short or long periods. Imagine being able to spend a few weeks on an exotic tropical island, passing your days sightseeing or sitting by the pool. Now imagine that the house you stayed in didn't cost you a dime. That's the promise of serial house and pet sitting, the chance to enjoy free accommodations in a potentially any locale around the globe. For retirees with no obligations that lock them into any one place, it may seem like an ideal way to launch your retirement years, freeing you from a mortgage or long-term care housing costs. However, you need to be realistic about securing back-to-back jobs to sustain this lifestyle. Keep in mind this gig might not be for everyone, but for those that love to travel and aren't tied down, it's definitely something to consider. Here's how it works. House sitting. The sitter looks after a homeowner's property, ensuring everything runs smoothly, such as collecting mail, taking care of the garden, and keeping the house secure. Pet sitting involves taking care of pets, such as feeding them, walking them, playing with them, and sometimes administering medications while the owner is away. Benefits for retirees. Affordable travel. House sitting can be a cost-effective way to travel, as many sitters do not pay rent or accommodation fees. This can also allow retirees to explore new locations without the high costs associated with hotels or rentals. A change of scenery. After retirement, some people may want to experience different places or change their environment without the pressure of constantly needing to book hotels or make long-term commitments. Purposeful engagement. Looking after a home or pets provides retirees with a sense of responsibility and purpose. Many retirees enjoy staying active and involved, and pet sitting, for instance, offers a chance to care for animals without the long-term commitment of owning them. Social interaction. Depending on the situation, retirees may interact with homeowners, neighbors, or local communities, keeping them socially engaged and connected. Flexible lifestyle. House sitting offers flexibility as retirees can choose assignments that fit their schedule, allowing them to decide how long they want to stay in one place or if they want to move to the next assignment. Physical activity. Looking after pets or maintaining a home often involves physical tasks like walking pets, gardening, or cleaning, which can help retirees stay active and healthy. Minimal expenses. Many house sitting opportunities include free accommodation and sometimes meals, so retirees can reduce their living costs and have more disposable income. This lifestyle offers a mix of adventure, new experiences, and a way to keep busy while maintaining financial flexibility. Some gigs may pay, but most involve free accommodations, while the sitter covers their own food and transportation in exchange for caring for someone's home or pets. I asked my friends Sean and Wanda Winker, Bainbridge Island, Washington residents, to share their story with us. Here's what they had to say. We retired in 2019 when our youngest graduated from Bainbridge High School. Our retirement goal was to travel the world. But first, we had an important assignment to help with daycare for our second grandson who had just arrived in San Antonio, Texas. So we bought a townhouse in San Antonio and moved there. In early 2020, just as we were planning our first trip, COVID put our plans on hold. After the shutdown, the grandkids relocated to Colorado. So we decided to sell our place, almost everything we owned, and pack our backpacks. On our move from Bainbridge to San Antonio, our beloved aging Shih Tzu Maverick passed away. When we discovered Trusted House Sitters, THS, we realized it was the perfect fit for our lifestyle. We could travel and enjoy the benefits of having pets in our life. Initially, since house sitting can be competitive in highly desired locations, we built up our references by accepting sits that weren't in high demand. These sits were typically short in duration and not in prime locations. Accepting these sits helped us create a strong profile, making it easier to secure sits in locations that were high on our list of places we wanted to visit. We now focus on longer sits as they allow us to establish a routine with the pets, become acquainted with the neighbors, and integrate with the local community. In addition to THS, we have done sits for friends and found sits on Facebook, as well as through other house sit services. Over the past 4+ years of travel, our journey has continued to evolve. We found that house sitting works exceptionally well for us in a lot of circumstances, such as when visiting more expensive locations. We have done house sits in the US, Mexico, New Zealand, and Australia. House sits are of a relatively long duration, are appealing to us. They allow us to keep transportation costs down while enjoying a home-like experience. One sit of ours has been recurring for 6 years now and allows us to visit friends on Bainbridge Island every July through August. In many countries that we have traveled to, particularly in Southeast Asia, we don't consider house sitting as much of an option. Firstly, there aren't many opportunities. My belief is that this is due to a few factors. Not as many people own pets, they don't travel as extensively, and if they do go away, they have family take care of their pets. Secondly, accommodation in these countries is very affordable, so it's not worthwhile for us to house sit. The experience has been incredible. We've met wonderful people and pets, and we've even been invited back to several of our previous house sits. We continue to shape our travels around house sitting opportunities, using them as a foundation to explore new countries and nearby regions. Does this sound like something that could appeal to someone you know or to yourself? Before diving into full-time house sitting, retirees should test it out first and see if they enjoy the responsibilities and frequent moves. And once you do that, come up with a plan. You will need to decide if this is short term, like 5 years, or do you see yourselves doing this on a long-term basis, like 10 years or more? Other things to consider would be speaking with your financial advisor and accountant to see how this lifestyle, if it's taking place outside the United States, affects your Social Security and Medicare benefits, as well as annual taxes. Lastly, don't forget to make sure your passport isn't about to expire within the next 12 months. Know where you can travel to easily on a U.S. passport and understand what type of visas you need to house sit and pet sit in foreign countries.